Eric from France, from the internet site Hard Rock Book. My question is for Sharon. So you made a solo album, Indigo, and the question is this experience influence the sonority of the new album of the group Resist?
Yes, it did. Especially the way we recorded My Indigo was helpful for the Resist album because we worked with different sounds and different way of producing the album. So that really helped. It became a little bit more modern way of how new bands are working in studios. So yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Antoine for Weird Sound. My question is for both of you. Speaking about Resist in Metal Hammer, you said our main goal was to collect pieces from sound we did like, then roughen the whole thing up as much as we could, allowing us to shape a new musical world that is heavier, guttier, and more futuristic, than we've ever created before. Do you feel like you've succeeded to give fresh, rebellious sleaze with Resist?
I think we did make a step forward towards a more modern sound. You know, we've been around for almost 25 years, and then it's difficult to go through evolution every time we try. But I think we succeeded with Resist with the first step, but hopefully with the next album, which we're going to work on soon, we're going to try to expand our developments, and we know how to do it now more or less. And hopefully we can make a bigger change even with the next album.
Yeah, take it one step further.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Dima, Antichrist Metals in Ukraine. What was the difference between writing process for My Indigo and Resist? Thank you.
The differences?
Yes, the differences between writing process for My Indigo and Resist album.
Well, for the My Indigo album, I really had to get out of my comfort zone because it's a totally different kind of music style, and I didn't know it, but I just wanted to make something totally different than With Invitation kind of music. And for With Invitation, you still look at inspiration for the heavy bands that are around, and but also in combination with bands that are not in your genre. They were very inspiring also, especially the way they record their albums and how they use the certain sounds that they do. And incorporating that into our own music, it became something new that we didn't do before, I think.
Hello, Alexandre for Unidiver in France. Question for you, Sharon. Last January, you with Intentation posted a tweet which annoyed you about a magazine cover which was entitled Mama Metal. My question is, it's difficult for a woman today to be a part of the metal universe music? Thank you.
I never experienced it as being difficult being in metal. I've always felt very welcome because we did something new and people appreciated that. So I've always felt a lot of respect from everybody. But sometimes people who are not in the metal scene don't understand that you can't say certain things. If you're an English magazine saying, you know, something like that, then it's somehow cool. But when a Dutch magazine says the same thing, it doesn't have the same ring to it because it's in a different language. You have a different, it's being explained in a different way, and this was a bit degrading. And I think, especially because it was a TV magazine who doesn't understand the scene at all, should know a little bit better how to think a little bit about what kind of phrases they use. And I think, especially nowadays. But personally, I've always felt very respectful. Our music and also myself felt very respected by everyone in the metal scene so far.
Hello again. My question is on behalf of my friend here who doesn't speak English. What inspired you to get into writing in this genre of music? Why metal?
Well, because I just love metal, probably. For me, that's it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that when we came for originally, we were actually growing up with the death metal scene, and there wasn't a lot of melody at the time. that, and in combination with the That Can Dance that we love, the band That Can Dance, and Planet, so the folk kind of thing, that combination made for us like the outlet to make the within station kind of music that we do nowadays, but with the heavy guitars with it.
I am Eva from Presse, Netherlands. My question is, what do you think of tonight's lineup with all the 80s music and then you are somewhere in between that?
I really love the mix. It's always nice to have a lot of different types of bands. I look forward to watching CC Top, for example. It's really different from what we do.
I totally agree. I love the lineup. It's really good.
Hello Sharon, my name is Jean from Radio Panic Brussels. About your album, do you want to invite many guests as a duet?
But which one do you mean? You mean Resist album? Or?
Yes, Resist album.
If you want to have more guest vocalists, you mean? With a new one? Oh, new one. We're not that far yet. We're going to start after the summer. We're going to start writing new songs again. And Stephanie's going to join that. And we're going to see where it's going to end. And maybe if we need something, a certain kind of typical voice for a certain song, yeah, we're always open for that. I think it gives a lot of more color to our music to have different vocalists on it. You know, I can only do it as much as I can. But sometimes it's nice to have a different color of voice that can bring a different part to a story.
Yeah, it's about what the song needs, pretty much.
Hello, I'm Elliot. I'm writing for Personal Blog. There have been some featurings on your last album. Do you plan working with other artists on your future album, or which artist would you like to work with on your future album for featuring, for example?
It was actually the same question, but it's like, it doesn't matter, the sound is a bit difficult. But we always look at what the song needs, and we're always open for working with people together, working with other people, and it just depends on what kind of song you have written and what kind of vocals you will ask. And there's so many talented people out there, so I don't know, do you have any preferences?
I can't think of none right now. Nah.
What the song needs.
Okay, it's me again. I have another question. How do you act and react in a mad world, more particularly regarding climate and social urgency?
You mean what the relationship is to the song Mad World and...
Yeah, how would you react in this mad world regarding these urgencies? Regarding social and climate
those subjects were in the video, you mean? Yeah, well, I think we're very much at the border of making, you know, you had the Industrial Revolution at the time. I think now there's a time that we're having to decide how we want to see the future for the next generations, and I think we have to make very difficult choices. Also, politics-wise, environmental, many things on many levels, and I think the urgency is very high. So that's why we wrote this album, actually. So, but you know, you can't put all these subjects in songs of 5 minutes, but with interviews we can do a lot more, and it's just our own personal view on things, and we're just a little brick in the wall, hopefully.
Hello, I'm there. I'm Carlos.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Carlos from TF1 First Channel in France from TV. It's a question for my son here. It's 11, and he's often asked me the same question. Is it very hard, or it's harder to be a singer, a female singer in a band from metal business or rock business?
No, I don't think so. I think, like I said before, I've always felt very appreciated in the metal scene. Maybe also because we did something new, and wasn't when we started, not many women were there yet. But I've always felt very appreciated. People liked the fact that we did something different and with a female vocal. which wasn't that common at the time. So, good question.
Yeah, it's me again. You said in one interview that you need to represent some songs every night, and so you want them to be about something special, something that you find important. But when you repeat some songs many times, it doesn't depreciate them. It don't make them less valuable for you.
Well, no, because I still enjoy it, because every night it's different, and you repeat, of course, a lot of songs every night when you're playing in a tour or anything. But that's also why we try to have a bit of variety within the songs. But it's, especially with the new album, I really think it's good to have these songs, and I enjoy playing them very much. So no, it's no problem at all.
Yeah, and then the songs are still valid, so to speak, in the terms of what they are about. So, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Liz from Presse Music. What's your favorite memory of watching a different band perform live?
Well, I think that would be for me Metallica. What festival was that? A long time ago, 2011, I think.
Yeah.
No, it was in Spain.
Spain?
Yeah, they
that was
did
amazing. Madrid.
the Black Album tour again,
Yeah.
or the revival thing. Yeah, it was great.
Hi Sharon, I'm just a fan. Why on live there is no voice of Jacoby Shalis on the recording compared to what have you done
Well,
Paradise with Taya?
Well, because we didn't decide for him to be on the record actually 2 weeks before the video was shot, and he was working on his own album, so he couldn't participate in the video that we shot at the time. And eventually he was supposed to do something afterwards, but that never happened eventually. So, but it doesn't matter because everybody knows he sang it, so it's fine.
Hi, obviously you've got a lot of fans here today, and you've got fans all around the world. Could you tell us a story that sticks out in your mind as one of your favorite interactions with the fans?
Let me think. There's so many. Well, maybe it's not completely your question, but what I found the biggest compliment for me as a member of the band was when we broke through with our album Mother Earth. That was really a public's choice because nobody wanted to play us on the radio, and then the voice of the people who really liked it started voting for us without us pushing it behind it. There was nothing behind it from us, but they really wanted to hear the song and see the video that we made, and that's how we got a step further in our career. Also made things so much easier, making the new album and stuff like that, and making a real video for the first time. It all happened because our fans supported us at that time, and I still feel that support a lot of times again when there's something that we need. They were always appreciated and always very much involved with helping us out. And this was a way that we weren't behind it, but they voted on the radio, they started requesting stuff. That was really, I think, the biggest compliment you can get as a band.
I'm going to take one last question over here.
Hi, it's for Hellfest magazine. Do you think on future do a new album as a hunter, but which modern side, combine electronic side with rock as a mini band and a plan too?
I can't hear the questions.
Do you think do an album as a hunter in the future with you say modern side, grow and electronic things?
Sorry.
Do you think about making another album like The Hunter? Are you planning on maybe using more growls in the future?
Oh, growling voices and stuff like that. Well, things do come back sometimes, and at this moment we don't even know yet. But we're open for everything, and we just do what we feels right. And what we like doing, and we never feel anything like that to be something we must do for fans. We just want to follow our own direction, and if it feels good, we'll probably do it again.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Within Temptation. Devant là.